All right, we are going to navigate to work today. Let's see how Beta does navigating to work. All right, here we go. Making a wide turn here on River Road. Whoa! I don't know why it floors it like that. I'm gonna bring it down to 25. I don't like going 30 in this neighborhood. Actually, 20 is probably better. But it really gets out there. This is a very narrow road, so what's it doing? It's confused. Okay, that was strange. Alright, now it's going to, I wanted to go straight, but I'm going to see what it does here. Alright, we're going to go up to Park Avenue and we're going to see how it gets onto 17. This is a very busy road. That's why I usually go down all the way down River Road before I attempt this. I don't want to say so bouncy, but apologize for the bounciness. Need a better camera stabilizer. All right. Can't really see. There's like a bunch of traffic coming. Got my foot on the brake. I can't even see. There's so much stuff coming. See, I can't see down that road, so I'm trying to figure out how they're seeing. This is why I always go down to the next couple lights, because this is like before most of the lights, so the traffic is just uncontrollable. If you go down like two more brake lights, usually there's a break in the traffic, but right now it's sporadic because there's so many people coming off side streets, and there's a big bush right there, so you can't even see. I don't know why people plant bushes on the corners of lots. It is just retarded. I literally cannot see. I'm like having to peek through a palm tree bush just to barely get a glance of oncoming traffic. It is just ridiculous. I hate pulling out into 17 traffic. And it's not even rush hour yet. This is like lunchtime traffic. Yep, now what? Man, it could just stop right out in the middle of the road. Why did it do that? That's not good. They pulled its beak out in the front of the traffic. The whole front of the car is right out in the middle of the traffic, just stops. And there's a car coming, so I had to go ahead and take over. But 17 is like, especially if you're trying to go across and make a left-hand turn, it is the worst. So I just didn't like that. Now what is it doing? Can't figure out what lane to take. Yeah, it has a long way to go. There's like a couple situations where it just can't figure out where it's at, what it's doing. Most of the time when there's cars around and there's lines, it's pretty good, but if you give it a variation like an open area to pick a lane, that's when it just gets confused. but eventually it makes the right decision. But people think you're probably nuts swerving around. The rest of the drive is pretty simple. It's just that pulling out onto 17 is the hardest thing to do. And then there's on Collins Road, also too, we got to get over 3 lanes of traffic in order to get in the turn lane. So let's see if it starts that process. I apologize for the shaking. I need a better camera stabilizer. It's just all over. Okay, we're gonna stay. Okay, now it's it's pulling in front of somebody, squeezing in. They're going around us. Man, look how close it's. Why is it? Let's see what the settings are on. They got it set for 6, now 7. Yeah, that was kind of close. I'd make people mad following that close to them. What I usually do is I go straight and then I'll veer over, but it decided to. It's actually pretty skittish today, so I'm going to keep my hands pretty close here. Needs to get over one more. There's a car in the blind spot. Now there's a truck in the blind spot. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it here. It needs to turn the turn signal on and start making a move here. Here we go. Don't like. Whew, it's falling so close. It's never done that before. Usually it gives a little more space, but it's getting a little more aggressive and falling a little closely. See, now if I was driving, they would take points off of that for falling too close. So I guess they have a different set of rules when it comes to judging themselves. All right, we need to make a sharp, almost like a U-turn to come back the other direction. So we'll see the lanes aren't really properly marked. And this is another problem too, because it's gonna sketchy. Didn't make it, but that was kind of sketch. So, all right. Let's see how good it makes this corner. There's the paint kind of wears out here, so there's not much lane marking. Sometimes it'll veer off into the middle of the road. There, tried to a little bit. Whew. So that's the kind of nerve-wracking there to come to work on self-drive. Usually I drive myself, but I decided to see what it would do. It's had the upgrade, so all right, we are safely at work. So let's see if it usually just stops right out in the middle of the road. And yep, just stops right out in the middle of the road. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the brake, and I'm gonna it passed my work, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn around. And we have a brand new apartment complex being built. I did a couple tree jobs for them, and then I got outbid by one, but they had to have a crane and all kinds of nonsense. So anyway, here comes my competition here. All right, we are almost back. It's amazing how much equipment some of these other tree companies have. They have like 4 or 5 trucks. They got like 10 people going to one little job. Sometimes it's like their overhead is so freaking high. And then I got passed by brand new skid and a brand new stump grinder is like over $100,000 for those two pieces of equipment. All right, we are back at the shop, and I'm gonna talk to Josh real quick, and I'm gonna go do a couple estimates. Maybe park in the in the cage so it's not so hot.